Alright, what's going on, guys? It's been a while since I sat down and made a video. Sometimes it's just better to look at some of these topics on stream, get the live reaction, and then make it into video. But we actually have some important stuff to talk about today. Call of Duty comes out in 2 days, so we'll come back to that at the end. We'll talk about that a little bit, but for now, let's talk about the main topic of the video. So I feel like by now, everyone has at least seen one of these button videos, right? They've been making them for a while, but in like the last, I don't know, 6 months or so, I feel like they really started to get more popular. We react to these all the time on stream. It's usually like pretty funny. In fact, we actually watched the one that I'm about to talk about today and we laughed about it. I didn't even realize it was gonna be so controversial. Just to explain how it works for those that haven't seen it, it's basically like a dating show, more like speed dating. Two people sit down in front of this button on the table, and the button is actually like a robot. It has like a person talking through it or whatever. It will usually give them like topics or ask them questions or whatever, kind of like a mediator for the date. But if any time during your date you don't like the other person, you just hit the button and they're out and they'll bring in like a new person, right? And the thing is, both people can hit the button. So sometimes it turns into like a little bit of a race. If both of them don't like each other, whoever hits the button first gets to stay and the other person is out, right? So sometimes they will throw like a little twist on it, different little things that they do. And the most recent one that they've done is they decided to have all of the people blindfolded. So it's a little different. It's a pretty big deal because, you can't actually see who you're on a date with. And obviously that's a pretty important aspect of dating, I would say. So the guy in the video actually came up with like a 200 IQ move so that he could at least kind of figure out who he was talking to. It's funny because when we were watching this live, at first we didn't realize what he was doing. But then after he did it a couple times, it was like, oh shit, hold on, this guy's actually really smart. So let's play the clips and I think you'll be able to figure out what he's doing.
Hi.
Hi.
Can I get a hug?
Where are you? Put your hands up.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Okay.
Hi, I'm Lovely to meet you. Nice to meet you. Okay. Sorry.
That was aggressive slam. No worries.
I'm so sorry. You're lovely.
Thank you.
But yes. What is your type?
I'm definitely very into Asian men. It's not like a deal breaker or anything.
What race do you think I am?
I have no idea. I don't want to make assumptions.
You want to take a guess?
I would say like maybe white to Asian, maybe?
I'm Asian, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Can we hug?
Sure.
Okay. Hi. How are you?
Good. You're needing a hug.
Thank you.
And then right afterwards we hug. Oh, he sat down, butts to me, and ran away.
How tall are you?
How tall do you think I am?
I'm thinking like 5'11".
Do you want to give me a hug and see how tall I am?
Not right now.
Why did you press the button?
It's just like wasn't the vibe.
Alright, so we got a couple things to discuss here, right? It's funny because when I was first watching the video on stream, we didn't realize what he was doing, right? Like, he came up like to the first girl like, yo, where's my hug at? You know what I mean? So we were kind of laughing like, yo, he's one of those guys. Like, don't be that guy, right? But then after he does it to the second girl, she kind of even realizes it, right? She goes back to the group of girls. She's like, yo, as soon as he gave me a hug, then he buzzed me out. And then like it kind of all clicked for everyone. We're like, hold on. This guy's not a yo, where's my hug at type of guy. He's using that to get a judgment of how big these dates are. Like, that's actually a 200 IQ move. Like, I gotta respect it. And then it's funny because she goes and tells the rest of the girls, right? So when the last girl comes up, she's also middle linebacker sized. So she doesn't even give him an opportunity for the hug, right? Because she knows what's about to go down. So she just buzzes him out immediately before he even gets a chance to go in for the hug. And it's funny because she also says one more thing, right? She says, how tall tall are you, right? And she makes a judgment about him being like 5'11" or whatever. I don't even know how tall this guy really is. But it's just funny to me because that's pretty much what he's doing to all the girls, right? He's judging their size. She tried to judge his height, but hey, I don't see nobody in outrage about that, right? So anyways, fast forward a few days from this video being released. I think we watched it literally the day it came out. I didn't really think anything of it. Apparently, it's caused quite the outrage on Twitter, which is not really a surprise, I guess. But let me just show you the main tweet about it, right? This video is misleading because Nathan, the dude that buzzed her, hugged every single girl that sat down, and when he realized they were fat, he immediately pressed the buzzer. This dude is actually just fat phobic. 10,000 retweets, 135,000 likes. It's just crazy that many people agreed with it. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of people did disagree, but it's just, I just find it very strange that if you have some sort of preference in 2022, it immediately is like a crazy, like, hey, let's cancel this guy. He's got some sort of phobia, blah, 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 like all this. And I just like 100% disagree with that. Like, this is a hill that I will like die on. Like, I don't believe that if you have a certain preference to, you know, what you're interested in dating, that makes you have a phobia against like something else. You know what I mean? Because like fat phobia would imply that this guy said something mean to them, was like oppressing them, or, you know, it really implies more of like a negative connotation, right? Like this guy really like has it out for them. All he said was simply like, hey, I'm not interested in you because you're the size of Aaron Donald. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in an Aaron Donald sized woman. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Listen, the world needs to hear this. There's nothing wrong with that. You hear this same argument get used a lot for like, you know, trans people, right? They say, oh, you know, if you wouldn't be interested in a trans woman, that means you're transphobic, right? But it's like, bro, I don't like dick. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not interested in a person with a penis. Like, that means I'm a bad person. I gotta get canceled. I don't know, but like, that's just not what I'm into. The same way, I'm just not interested in a woman that's 300 pounds. That's not cool with me. I'm not into that. Some people are into that. That's cool. Good for them. I'm not being negative about it. I'm not like hating on them. I'm not like, you know, preventing them from succeeding in life. You know, they're not getting oppressed in any way. You know what I mean? It's not really a negative thing. It's just a preference that you don't like certain people. Certain people aren't gonna like you. It's not that big of a deal, man. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, she mentions his height. I don't see anyone, you know, defending the height phobia. Where's that? Where's the outrage for the height phobia? I don't see that. I would also like to point out, you can't control your height. You can control if you're 400 or not. You know what I mean? Nobody is born 400 pounds. It takes work to get that big, honestly. Like, I feel like it's like crazy when I see people that are like a certain size. Like, how do you even get that big, man? Like, I don't even know how you're eating so much to get that big. It's kind of crazy, right? And it's even more crazy because I almost always see this argument only in one way, right? It's always a man rejecting a fat woman. That's the only time you ever see this fat phobia argument, right? Never have I seen like a really hot girl turn down like a fat ass dude, and the comments will never be like, oh, she's fat phobic, that's why she turned down. It'll be like, oh, look at this disgusting creep trying to hit up this hot girl. Like, what's he doing? He should know better. You know what I mean? That's how it always is when it's the reverse, right? But, you know, the moment it's a woman, it's like, whoa, like, what's wrong with this guy? You know, that's not cool. You can't, you know what I mean? It's so crazy the way the world works in 2022, man. So that's pretty much all that needs to be said. You know, I ain't trying to get in trouble. All right, I can't say too much. We got to push back a little bit because, you know, as long as they aren't being mean and rude or anything like really negative about it, there's nothing wrong with rejecting someone because you don't like the way they look. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that, okay? That really needs to be said. But anyways, let me just touch on Call of Duty real quick since it is coming out in 2 days. I'm pretty sure I'm uploading this video on the 26th, but it comes out on the 28th. Really, it comes out on the 27th around midnight. So I will be live all weekend. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like Sunday, I'm gonna be streaming all night. If you guys are interested, go over there on Twitch. But I'm planning to play this game a lot. I wanna put in 100 hours before I put out my review video. So I'm hoping that I could get that done. Honestly, if the game's awful, maybe I won't play that much, but I'm planning to play it and stream it quite a bit. So if you want to see that, it's gonna be live all weekend on Twitch. Twitch, so I just want to mention that. They did announce like some small changes to the game. They put out a little post today. Nothing too crazy. I don't think I need to like go over it. Honestly, at this point, the game's about to come out. Let's just wait and see. You know, we don't need to do any more updates at this point. We're about to really get the game. So anyways, just wanted to say that. Thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to like rating if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Check out my last video if you missed it. We looked at that whole Dream groomer situation. I feel like that died down pretty quick. That's how it kind of is these days, right? Like news is like, seems like it's huge for like 2 days, and like 2 days later it's already gone. There's something new going on, you know what I mean? That's just kind of how it is. But yeah, appreciate you guys once again for watching. Have a good day and peace out.